The day I lost my house wasn't the worst day of my life. The worst day came months earlier. I just didn't realize it yet. My name is Michael Carter. I'm 34 years old. 3 years ago, I thought I had everything a man could ever want. A beautiful wife, a 6-year-old son, a golden retriever that greeted me every evening, a house with a white fence, a car in the driveway, and a future that looked untouchable. If you had asked me back then whether I could ever lose all of it, I would have laughed. Because nobody wakes up expecting to lose their home. It doesn't happen overnight. It happens one decision, one excuse, one lie at a time. Growing up, my father always told me something I never wanted to hear. Son, money doesn't destroy families. Bad decisions do. I rolled my eyes every single time. I thought he was afraid of taking risks. I thought people like him stayed poor because they were too careful. Today, I'd give anything to hear him say those words again. Everything started with a raise at work. Nothing huge, just enough to make me feel like life was finally rewarding me. I looked at my bank account and smiled. I remember whispering to myself, I deserve this. Those 3 words cost me everything. First came the new phone, then the bigger television, then the leather couch, then the SUV, then another credit card, then another monthly payment. And somehow, the more I bought, the less satisfied I felt. There was always something newer, something bigger, something that promised to make me happier. It never did. My wife noticed before I did. She never yelled. She never accused me. She simply asked questions. Do we really need this? Shouldn't we save a little? Have you checked how much debt we're carrying? Every single time, I smiled, kissed her forehead and said, Don't worry, I've got everything under control. That was the biggest lie I ever told, not to her, to myself. One Monday afternoon, a coworker invited me to lunch. We barely spoke before that day, but during that lunch, he changed my life. Or at least, I thought he would. He leaned across the table, looked me straight in the eyes, and asked, Why are you still working for money when your money could be working for you? For the next hour, he showed me screenshots, charts, success stories, people making money while they slept. It looked effortless. It looked smart. It looked like the opportunity I'd been waiting for. That night, I told my wife everything. She listened quietly. Then she asked one question. If it's really that easy, why is he still working beside you every day? I laughed. I told her she worried too much. Deep down, I just didn't want her to be right. I invested my first few $1,000s. A week later, I made a profit. A real profit. I couldn't believe it. I felt unstoppable. I called my father. I expected him to congratulate me. Instead, he became very quiet. Then he said, Be careful, son. The easiest money to make is usually the hardest money to keep. I got annoyed. I thought he didn't understand how the world worked anymore. That was the last normal conversation we ever had. Over the next few months, everything seemed perfect. The investments grew. My confidence grew even faster. Soon, I wasn't investing because I needed more money. I was investing because I loved how it made me feel. Powerful, smarter than everyone else, special. Then one morning, the numbers turned red. I wasn't worried. Markets go up, markets go down, right? So I invested even more. Then they fell again. I invested again, and again. I wasn't investing anymore. I was chasing the feeling of getting back what I'd lost. My wife walked into my office one evening. She looked at the computer screen, then looked at me. How much have we put into this? I answered immediately, without thinking. Without blinking, I lied. That was the first lie about money. After that, lying became easier. I deleted emails, ignored phone calls, archived bank notifications, turned my phone face down every time it vibrated. Not because I didn't know who was calling, but because I knew exactly who it was. Every night, after my family went to sleep, I'd sit alone in the living room, opening banking apps, closing them, opening credit cards, closing them, calculating, praying, promising myself, tomorrow I'll fix everything. Tomorrow never came. Then, one Wednesday morning, I opened the front door and found an envelope waiting for me. No advertisement, no company logo, just my name. I picked it up, opened it, read it once, then again, then a third time. My hands started shaking. Behind me, my little boy was laughing in the backyard, completely unaware that the house he called home already belonged to someone else. That envelope wasn't the moment I lost my house. It was the moment I realized I had been losing it for a very long time.
A week later, I was standing in my driveway, holding the keys to a house that was no longer mine. My little boy looked up at me and asked, "Dad, why are those people going inside our home?" I wanted to tell him the truth. I wanted to tell him that I had been too proud to ask for help, too ashamed to admit I was drowning, too stubborn to stop when I still had the chance. Instead, I forced a smile and told him, "We're just moving somewhere new." He smiled back. He believed me. I wish I had deserved that trust. People think I lost my house the day I handed over the keys. They're wrong. I lost it the first time I convinced myself that one more loan, one more payment, one more lie would somehow fix everything. The bank didn't take my home. My decisions did. If you're listening to my story and you keep telling yourself, "I'll deal with it tomorrow," don't. Because tomorrow has a way of arriving when there's nothing left to save.